Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so shout out to Miss Niecy with the off the rip like enforcement. Make sure y'all show her some love. Throw them like enforcers in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's in the building early. If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me okay, give me a thumbs down or angry face. We got Brooklyn Queen in the building. Shout out to you, Brooklyn Queen. We got Carlton Way. We got Miss Niecy. We got DSA. We got DeAndre. We got – that's it. Wait, hold on. We got one more person. Hold on real quick. Let me see. No, that's it. All right. That's what's good, though. Shout out to all y'all, man. I appreciate y'all being here. If you guys haven't smashed that like button, please take a moment. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you guys have not hit that bell, make sure that you guys hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to my other social media, Twitter, Discord. All right. Shout out to Ty Valentine and shout out to Lloyd Sky 9. All right. Also, if you're watching this on the replay or if you're watching live, make sure that you watch it all the way through to the end. It'll take you into the next scheduled content, which is a video on BLR 1. All right. And I think you guys are going to like it, but y'all can let me know in the comments. Save that engagement for over there because y'all know we grifting. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Grift Squad. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to talk about today is the laws. Next couple videos probably going to be about the laws because the laws have been busy, because the laws are always busy doing injustice to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk about it. And if you guys were not aware, there is a channel called The LAWZ that is going to be getting content put on it very soon. So if you're not subscribed, don't worry about it. You'll eventually either see an end screen element or a card that put the link for you right there where you can get to it and you'll be able to get to it. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do, shout out to my man Torian Rain. What's good with it, bro? The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to check this out right here. All right. Officials release raw body cam footage showing controversial Homestead police encounter. Now, how many of you guys have heard about this controversial Homestead police encounter? If you guys heard about it, give me a thumbs up. If you guys haven't heard about it, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Jerry Befford. What's good with it? We're going to watch this news report here that highlights it. All right. Pull that up like that. Put that over there like that. All right, let's get it.
Even caught on camera, we're seeing the full unedited body cam video of a brutal Homestead arrest. Videos on social media sparking a protest over the weekend. Local 10's Larry Livingston is joining us live.
All right, so you guys know this video about to show some craziness. All right, so the video probably gonna get yellow dollar signed. If it gets yellow dollar signed, the video will be put on members only. All right. Also, if you don't have a membership, if you're subscribed to my channel on Twitter, if you're subscribed on Kick, if you're subscribed on Facebook, or if you're subscribed on Rumble, you'll be able to watch the replay. Just on YouTube, if the video ends up getting yellow dollar signed permanently, it's going on members only. But you will still be able to watch it even if you're not a member. So that's why it's important. There's more benefits than just extra notifications of being subscribed to the other social media. Shout out to Phil Mayo. What's good with it, bro? Let's say that this was so crazy that it sparked some protests over the weekend. So let's see what they're talking about.
Homestead with the newly released footage. Larry.
Before we get to that footage, Louis, I just want to give you some context. It all involves this store which sells alcoholic beverages, and I want to point out the sign there where it says it's unlawful for anybody to consume or possess in an open container any alcoholic beverages within 100 feet of this particular store. That's the issue police say that they had prior to this incident outside this location. That's the type of incident they say they were responding to in this body cam video. And of course, things escalated quickly.
Show me in a 24.
Homestead police say they encountered 3 men having a beer behind Begum's grocery store.
Man, that's a crazy name for the grocery store, Begum's. And them cats look like some beggars too. So off the rip, we got some undocumented bros, alleged undocumented bros on the scene. You know what I'm saying? We got some alleged undocumented bros on the scene.
But police say only one of those men was a problem.
We have brought officers to justice here in the city of Homestead for excessive use of force. But this case does not meet that standard.
Edited video.
Now you see that police chief right there. He's a descendant of the bros. Shout out to the descendants of the bros.
Of this October 2022 encounter recently started making the rounds on social media, claiming
now, as a matter of fact, I don't know if anybody is subscribed to Crimecast, but we actually talked about this on Crimecast. Do y'all remember? If you guys remember, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't remember, give me a thumbs down.
Police brutality and showing a bloody Augusto Mateo. It prompted this demonstration outside Homestead City.
So they had a whole merengue demonstration. You know, it's in a minute, you know what I'm saying? What's that dude's name? Dr. Cologne? Dr. Cologne going to talk about how Latinos started Black Lives Matter. Shout out to James Hudson. He going to say it originally started, you know what I'm saying, in the Bronx. the Black Lives Matter movement did. It was actually Brown Life Matters. Y'all know that's about to happen. It may be our grandkids that see those nonsensical stories on the internet, but you know it's gonna happen.
Hall over the weekend. It also prompted police to release nearly 40 minutes of the full body cam video.
Optically, it looks horrible, right? You have a lot of blood flowing, but it does not set aside the fact that this person was actively resisting the officer.
Which is what police say led to the use of force. They say Mateo was told multiple times to put his hands behind his back, that he was going to be arrested for drinking. And multiple times he refused. We too have edited the footage for time, but at one point officers tried using mace.
So now here go my question. Do you guys remember that that one video that we watched where it had the undocumented bro and the police had roughed him up, but he ended up causing the one police officer to have a heart attack? You guys remember that video? If you guys remember that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't remember that, give me a thumbs down. Now, here goes my question, right? How does that work in a situation where the suspect is an undocumented bro and the police are undocumented bros? And then they, on the footage, you can hear them speaking back and forth to each other in Espanol. But then in the courtroom, they sit there talking about, well, the reason why they weren't compliant is because they don't understand English. But you're not speaking in English. Like literally nobody knows what's going on here without closed captions. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Crew Reality. What's good with it, bro? And shout out to Val Williams, one of the Splash sisters from the Garden State Warriors, buzzer beater expert. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man James Hudson too. What's good with it? And shout out to David Brown. What's good with you, bro?
The subject kicking the officer, the subject bending the pinky finger of the officer. At that point was when the officer delivered the closed hand strike. What caused the bloody nose is when he delivered a knee strike, which is also authorized.
The first two officers called.
Man, he need him in the face. He need him in the face like they was on WWF.
For backup.
I should say WWE. Yeah, that's old right there. Your boy old. You know what I'm saying? Where my Vicks Vapor Rub at?
Ultimately, 6 ended up on that call. One of them deployed their taser, and Mateo was finally put in cuffs.
Homestead Police, which is literally right across the street from this situation, well, they asked the state attorney's office to review this.
Hey, shout out to my man Wayne. Make sure y'all show my man Wayne love. My man Wayne said catching 2 lives in a row, impossible. Yeah, you caught him, bro. You caught him. Shout out to my man Wayne for catching the live streams.
Case, and the state attorney's office found just this past August that the officers' actions here, their use of force, was reasonable because of the suspect's actions. And so those officers were not prosecuted. No officers were ever placed on administrative leave or suspension here. In fact, the chief, though, did order his officers to take additional use of force and ethics training as a result of this incident. And prosecutors say they were never able to make contact with the suspect in this case. He has since been ordered removed from the country.
Did y'all hear that? Make sure y'all throw some radiation emoji in the chat for my man Crew Reality. Did y'all hear that? Undocumented. He didn't get treated right. He did. He got treated wrong. He did. No, actually, he got treated right, because if you're undocumented and, you know what I'm saying, you get caught being undocumented and you came into the country illegally, getting treated right is exactly what's going to happen to this fella here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's that's actually how that goes. You know what I'm saying?
Able to make contact with the suspect in this case.
You ain't going to be able to make contact with him unless you got an international calling plan, family. You ain't going to be able to get in touch with him unless you got an international calling plan, family.
Able to make contact with the suspect in this case. He has since been ordered removed from the country as of this past April. We are in Homestead, Larry Livingston, Local 10 News.
Woo-wee. Woo-wee. Now, this is an old video right here, right? But I guarantee you that you guys haven't heard about this. I guarantee that you guys haven't heard about this. Maybe you did. Maybe you did. But I bet you that you didn't. We're going to look at 2 videos about an old story. All right? This is an old story. Huh. You know what? We're actually about to look at a couple stories. Yeah, we might actually hold on real quick, man. It's amazing how you end up these rabbit holes be kind of wild. The rabbit holes be kind of wild. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't smashed that like button, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, make sure you guys take a moment and hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. All right. So now remember, this is what I want you guys to do. Stay in the stream until it's over. It'll take you into the next scheduled video premiere. Remember, at the end of that video premiere, it's important. Hit that box in the bottom left-hand corner of the video as soon as it appears. Don't even wait for the video to be over. As soon as you see that box pop up in the bottom left-hand corner, always make sure that you hit that box. That's more important than hitting the like button. And I can tell that you guys have been doing it. I don't know if you guys can see, but if you guys can tell how the videos have been getting more views, it's because you guys are doing that. So please continue to make sure that you guys make a habit of that and keep doing it. All right. So let's check this out real quick. And I put those boxes at the end of all my live streams too. So for those of y'all who watch the live streams all the way through to the end, they'll be there too. All right. Let me see. And you can do that for any content creator that you like. If you feel like a content creator that you like, their channel is not growing the way that you think that it should be growing. If they have those in-screen elements at the end of their content, always make sure that you use those. I know Torian puts them at the end of his videos, and I know TD puts them at the end of his videos. So if you guys think that Torian and TD should have more subscribers, which I absolutely think that they should, always make sure that you guys, when you watch their videos, make sure that you guys hit those in-screen elements as soon as they pop up. All right. Don't worry. I'm going to make an in-screen element enforcer as soon as I get a couple more members when they let me make some more emoji.
New on WLWT, and now a former police chief facing 17 felony charges makes his first court appearance today. Harless Hoover Jr. is
How many people heard of this Harless Hoover Jr.? He's one of the laws. He's one of the laws. He's enforcing laws, and now he's about to get hit with some laws. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man Phil Mayo with the $10 super sticker. Definitely appreciate it. Please make sure you guys show him some love. Enforce those ducats. Throw some radiation emoji, some flames, and some ducks in the chat for my man Phil Mayo. Definitely appreciate it.
This is the Rising Sun Indiana chief. He's accused of not paying back tens of thousands of dollars in golfing while on duty. WLWT News 5's Rachel Hersheimer is in Dearborn County, where Hoover is held, and shares the details of the accusations.
So how do you get all these felony charges for playing golf while you're on duty? Why are you playing golf while you're on duty? Why is this individual doing this? Shouldn't you actually be doing your work, sir? Make it make sense. Now, again, when it comes to these kind of stories, why is it that you never hear these stories in the mainstream media? And there's so many of them that come out. If you ask me, I think a lot of the crime statistics and a lot of those think tank talking points, I think a lot of that stuff literally just comes from the national news. I think a lot of those just come from the national news. I don't think that most of those come from actual reality because there's just too much of this stuff going on. Like I said, I'm so backed up on content. I'm so backed up on content. You guys will see, and I'm trying to stay up to date and current, which is why you guys are getting so much content. And I don't know how you guys are managing to view it all because the views are up ridiculously, but keep doing it. Whatever you guys are doing, keep doing it. But the most important thing, like I said, to keep doing is making sure you hit that box in the bottom left-hand corner. You know what I'm saying?
Harless Hoover Jr. was inside this Lawrenceburg courtroom just a few hours ago. The felony charges he's facing are for alleged crimes while serving as the Rising Sun police chief. This former police chief is on the other side of the lens tonight. He's accused of 17 felony charges, including bribery, official misconduct, fraud, theft, and ghost employment.
Now, mind you, this is one of the laws. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Why is it that when it comes to the laws, so many of the laws are breaking so many of the laws? What's up with that?
Unfortunately, when you have one officer who allegedly does things like this, it definitely darkens everybody else. I mean, he was a public servant.
Indiana State Police opened an investigation into Hoover after a man claimed he borrowed $10,000 from him in 2021 to purchase a Ford Mustang, but was never reimbursed. According to court documents, investigators learned of...
Why is he borrowing money? Why is he borrowing money from people to buy a Ford Mustang? Shout out to my man Carlton. Wait, Carlton said, wow, they even darkened the white man's mugshots. Yo, what's up with that? If y'all noticed that, give me a thumbs up. If y'all didn't notice that, give me a thumbs down.
Similar instances. Detectives claim someone else loaned him $16,500 to buy a Camaro, but never paid them back until that person complained to the sheriff's office. Prosecutor Lynn Dedit.
Hey, so now y'all know, hey, if you live in Indiana and somebody owe you some money, if somebody's shady, you don't let somebody borrow some money and they owe you some dough, all you got to do is call the police and they'll get them for you if you live in Indiana. Shout out to the people from Indiana. That's something that you have that's available to you at your dispense. You know what I'm saying? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man Phil Mayo, second stream sponsor. Please make sure you guys show Phil some love for being a member. And on this channel, we're also getting close to 100 members. You know what I'm saying? So that would be great if we could get 100 members on this channel as well. So the lowest tier, just so y'all know, is only 99 cents. All you got to do is just hit that link when the bot puts it in the chat, or hit the link that's in the description box. Bam. You know what I'm saying? You a ducket enforcer. You part of the green team. Y'all getting more content. That's what's good. Shout out to Black Spider. What's good with it?
Believes multiple people trusted Hoover because of the title he held.
It's a double-edged sword, right? Because you're representing yourself as a law enforcement officer, because that's a job that you've taken as sworn to protect the community. And then by virtue of that position, you're using that to benefit yourself in huge ways.
Hoover is also accused of playing golf this summer while on the clock for the Rising Sun Police Department. Court records indicate two other...
Hey, this dude is a straight up thug, this police officer. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree that this police officer is a straight up thug, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree and don't think that he's a straight up thug, well, then let me know, and let me know what you think that he is. And also, we got one half of the Garden State Splash Sisters, you know what I'm saying, with the 17 months of membership support. Please make sure you guys show Carla some love, throw some radiation emoji flames and some ducks in the chat for her. And also, shout out to the other half of the Garden State Warriors, Buzzer Beaters, Splash Sisters, Val Williams, with the 17 months of membership support. Make sure you guys show her some love, throw some radiation emoji, ducks, and flames in the chat for her as well. Shout out to Ty Valentine. Yeah, I remember that song that Ice Cube made called Cave Hoodlum. Oh, man. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Other times he was out of town while getting paid.
It's tragic when you're charging a fellow law enforcement officer, but yet we're also held to a higher standard.
His defense attorney says he doesn't agree with...
Let me ask you guys this. Why is it tragic if the dude has done something? What's tragic is the fact that this dude is supposed to be an example of law enforcement. He's supposed to be held to a higher standard. And if he's enforcing the laws, then at the least what he should be doing is abiding by the laws. But clearly he's not doing that. Shout out to JW. What's good with it, bro? You know, sometimes YouTube does that. I'm gonna have to go in and see, because sometimes it does that automatically. I never remove comments from the videos. Just so you guys know, I never manually remove comments. If a comment is not showing up for whatever reason, it's YouTube that has done that. So I have to then go back and see if I can if YouTube auto moderate it. And if they did, I would have to unhide it. But then sometimes even if YouTube auto moderates it, sometimes it doesn't give us the ability to put the comment back in. So that's another thing too. Also, make sure you guys, if you guys can, respond to each other's comments in the comment section, so that I'm able to know if the comments are getting deleted by YouTube or not. Okay, because you guys can see even videos that I make and people don't like, what I said, and they'll say something at me. I don't delete those either. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely wouldn't have censored your comments, JW. So I'm gonna go back and see if YouTube did that, and if they did, I'm gonna try to see if I can unhide it. All right.
All the charges. He also wants people to remember his client is presumed innocent until proven guilty. The judge says Hoover has to turn in all of his firearms as well as his police uniform if he's going to post bond. He also has to follow 2 no contact orders. His next court date is scheduled for December 16th. In Lawrenceburg, Rachel Hersheimer, WWT News 5.
Well, Hoover was placed on administrative leave in July when the Indiana State Police investigation began. The judge
So
said
he got put on administrative leave. Make it make sense. Shout out to John Guillory. What's good with it, bro? And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all. If you all haven't smashed that like button, please take a moment. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, if you guys have not hit the bell, please take a moment and hit the bell. And if you haven't shared the stream to your social media, please take a moment and do that as well. We got 40 people watching and we got 35 likes. Let's try to see if we could get the likes up to 70.
Hoover's bond at $10,000 cash and $25,000 surety.
All right, so there's that. All right. So now we're going to look at part 2 of this. All right. And remember, this one here is old. This is from about 2 months ago, but still, it's still important because, the mainstream media, they don't really talk about these things, which is why it's important to always pay attention to the local media, because the local news is where the good information is at. The local news is where you get the juice at.
Chief of Rising Sun is now in jail. The chief was arrested last night, now faces 17 felonies.
37-year-old Harless Hoover had only been leading the department for a little over a year when Indiana State Police launched an investigation. WCPO 9 News reporter Valerie Lyons breaks down the accusations.
Now, his case is filed in Ohio County, but Harless Hoover faced a Dearborn County judge. Our camera wasn't allowed in the courtroom, but I was there as the 6-year law enforcement veteran got ushered in handcuffs in an orange jumpsuit. Indiana State Police arrested Hoover Monday night, booking him in the Dearborn County Jail. He's facing 17 felony counts, including bribery, fraud, official misconduct, theft, and ghost employment.
Oh, God.
Back in July, Rising Sun City Council put the 37-year-old on administrative leave. That was shortly after ISP got a tip. The person claimed he loaned Hoover thousands to buy a car, but ISP says Hoover never bought it. Court documents show more alleged victims in similar fraudulent transactions. Detectives also say Hoover would bribe others using his standing as a police officer and would also at times claim to be on duty, but he'd actually be outside the county, falsifying time cards in the process. For lifelong Rising Sun neighbor Michael Conger, they're concerning allegations.
If all that is going on, being arrested for that many things, what don't we know about that area?
Now, let me ask you guys this question. If this police officer was this shady and doing this kind of stuff while he was on the clock, my question for you guys is, what do you think he was doing as far as his arrests? Do you guys think that his arrests were clean, or do you guys think that this guy was probably pretty corrupt and they probably should go back over everything in the police department that he has his signature on? Let me know what y'all think.
Is there somebody below him that's also doing that? Somebody above him?
Though he was acting chief at the time, records show Hoover was still an hourly employee. We tried confirming his employment status with city leaders Tuesday, but we're still waiting to hear back.
The judge set Hoover's bond at $12,500. He also went ahead and set a jury trial for January 16th.
Man, they only set his bond for $12,500. That's all the bond that he had to pay for all of this nonsense that homeboy was involved in. Must be nice.
Now, if all those charges stand and Hoover is convicted on all, he could face up to 42 years in prison. In Lawrenceburg, Valerie Lyons, WCPO 9 News.
All right, so there's that. All right, and as you guys can see, there's a lethal bus driver down here. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this Georgia deputy police chief who was arrested in Polk County. You know what I'm saying? It's got your boy, foundational white American Grady Jud, you know what I'm saying, doing the presentation for us in Florida like he always does. You know what I'm saying? This is old also. This is old also. This is a year old. Okay. So again, it's interesting how these old stories are things that people don't ever hear about. Shout out to my man AB Promotion. What's good with it, bro? Let's check this out real quick.
Thank you, everyone, for being here with me today. I'm going to talk briefly about an op that we're going to do a press conference on this next Friday morning.
He called him an op. Oh, man. Grady Jud out here taking out the ops.
So y'all stay tuned for more news on Friday morning. But this obviously became big news.
Shout out to Two Factor. What's good with it, bro?
Georgia, at the police department, and the information quickly leaked out. And so now all the news media is asking for this information. So you're getting an early preview of what's going to be a very interesting release of information on a human trafficking operation. As you know, we seek out the victims of human trafficking. And in order to do that, you do prostitution stings. Well, when you do these operations.
Hey, he got his own YouTube channel, Brooklyn Queen. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Yeah, I could see him being a host of a crime show or something like that. But watch, he wouldn't even be in no crime show. He'd be like the new Archie Bunker or something on some comedy somewhere. You know what I'm saying? If you guys agree with Brooklyn Queen that your boy Grady Jud gonna have his own show eventually, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't think that he is, give me a thumbs down. I could see him having his own show.
As this one was hugely successful, we'll talk about Friday, you arrest Johns who are seeking out prostitutes as well. Well, let me introduce you to what I consider a high-profile arrest. This is Deputy Chief Jason Prima of the Cartersville Police Department. As I understand it.
Now, I don't know how many people are subscribed to Crimecast, but I'm pretty sure we talked about this guy on Crimecast as well. It's just been a while. I just said big homie Grady. Oh, man.
And after talking to his chief, he's been there almost 30 years, graduate of the FBI Academy, well-respected police officer in town. Did you notice I said in town? But he was out of town. That's right. He was at an American Polygraph Association meeting in Orlando, Florida. Let me say this clearly. I don't want you to miss it. Driving an unmarked vehicle that was normally assigned to the DEA task force, meaning their officer assigned to the task force would have driven this vehicle.
So where did he get this unmarked DEA task force vehicle from? Homeboy just pulled up with an unmarked DEA task force vehicle. Where did this come from? Where did he get this from? And again, I keep having to ask these questions. Why is it that we do not see this stuff in the mainstream media? Why is it that the New York Post doesn't report on this stuff? Why is it that the New York Times doesn't report on this stuff? Where the mainstream media at on this? Fox never talks about this. Even the Democrat media, NBC and ABC and CBS and all of those places that claim to care so much, what is it that they actually care about? Because they never cover these kinds of stories. Let me know what you guys think.
But apparently his vehicle was not so good to make the trip. So he's in one of the undercover vehicles. When he shows up at our undercover operation in the government vehicle,
Man, he showed up at the undercover. Man, this dude, man, he showed up at the undercover operation in the government vehicle, man. Homeboy was trying to get caught. Like, fam, you trying to get caught, bro. Trying to get caught. And that's basically it. Facts. I got to agree, Jerry. If you guys agree with Jerry, they ain't us. Give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. But that's about it. That's it. Jerry got it. Jerry for the win.
In alcoholic beverages. Apparently some Bud Light for himself and White Claw for our undercover operative. That's right. He bought a case of White Claw because she said she would like it. So ostensibly, This guy has come to have sex with a prostitute while driving the Cartersville Police Department undercover vehicle.
Shout out to Jesse. What's good with it, bro?
And he was in possession of alcohol, which, of course, had we not intervened, he was going to drink that, engage in sexual conduct, and ultimately get in his government vehicle and drive back to his hotel. But newsflash, this is Jason Prima, 49 years of age, his picture at the Polk County Jail. That's right. And let me tell you the story as he relates it to us. He is texting with, guess what? Our undercover detective. He started this conversation with her on Wednesday night where he was going to show up, but he became spooked. He didn't say why, but on Thursday night, he just couldn't resist the urge to be with our undercover detective, who he thought was a high-class prostitute. So he once again began to communicate.
He thought she was high class. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was about to have some good quality time. You know what I'm saying? He got him a little escort, got some alcohol. They probably had some party drugs. You know what I'm saying? It was probably about to get lit over there. It was about to go down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to Jesse. I have actually talked about Art Ace Veto briefly in passing as it relates to his most recent comments that he made about Elijah McClain. However, I did have another stream scheduled to talk about him. I just haven't had a chance to put it up yet. It may end up becoming a video, but we shall see. You know what I'm saying? If you got something in particular that you want me to look at, bro, make sure just drop it in Discord, or tag me in it on Twitter, or whatever you want to do.
He asked how much the price is. She said $80, or a full half hour, $120. He said, I'm in. So he comes to the house. Ultimately, he's arrested. But the conversation is very interesting. He told her before the takedown occurred that the night before he had engaged with another prostitute online for $200.
Yeah, he was shopping
and that
around.
Prostitute said, hey, go get a Cash App.
He was hey, he was shopping around. Oh man, homeboy was shopping around. It didn't work out.
Card, you can buy them at the convenience stores, and he did for $200. And then she said, I want you to take a photograph of it so I know you've got the money. Well, duh. He took a photograph and sent it to the alleged prostitute on Wednesday night, according to him. You're not going to believe this. You can't even believe this. Now, this guy's a cop, and he was flim-flammed and conned by a prostitute. That's right. She took the information off of the...
But yo, Grady, why you act like that's something that we wouldn't believe? Yeah, shout out to the bunker, man. Shout out to my man, the bunker. Yo, if y'all not subscribed to the bunker, man, go check his channel out, man. My man be dropping some dope content. You know what I'm saying? He got one of them grimy New York accents too. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, son, I'm gonna snuff you, that type shit. You know what I'm saying? My man, the bunker, said that's my favorite sheriff. Man, Grady hilarious, bro. He funny as hell. The dude could actually be a comedian.
The card, got the $200, and left him high and dry. He was ripped off in a confidence scam with a prostitute, or who was alleged to be a prostitute. So that was on Wednesday. Then he talks. He's not giving up. Then he talks, and Thursday night at just before midnight, he shows up. He shows up with this White Claw, and it's like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
Yeah, he said he was all flim-flammed. Yeah. Yeah, he said he was flim-flammed out. You know what I'm saying? Homeboy was flim-flammed. He didn't know what to do. He was about to have a good time, though. He got the White Claw. You know what I'm saying?
What is going on? You're a deputy chief, a high-ranking official in a very respected police department, and you're showing up with White Claw and 2 Bud Lights, and we're not sure who.
Hey, what you think that Grady more mad about? You think he mad about the crime that took place, or he mad about the choice of party favors that homeboy took? Which one Grady more mad about? Is he more mad that the crime actually took place, or is he mad about the party favors? Because I got a feeling he got a little resentment for the White Claw. I don't know what it is he got against White Claw, but he must have had some bad experience. But he ain't feeling that White Claw.
Whether he can do math or not, okay? Because the deal is for 120 for a half hour, a full half hour. He shows up with 180. He shows up with 180 and says, I can send you the rest of it on a Cash App, but I had to stop to buy the White Claw. So for some reason, I don't know if he's planning on extra time, he can't add, he wants to leave a tip, he wants to impress this person. But listen to his text. He's real suspicious. I guess you would be after you got ripped off the night before. Listen to his text. If you're legit as you seem, we will have fun. If not, I'm riding around with a case of White Claw, feeling girly. Well, he got to feel arresty when we put him in jail. So we put him in jail late on Thursday night under a $500 bond. He didn't get out of jail until Saturday morning at 4 o'clock. So he got to spend, almost 2 complete nights in the county jail. So now he's gone from deputy police chief. As I understand, he's suspended pending their disciplinary actions, and he's facing criminal charges here in Polk County. So if all else fails, he can write a book, How to Ruin Your Career in 3 Easy Steps. Start out by going to Florida.
Hey, he could make a YouTube video too. How to Ruin Your Career in 3 Easy Steps. But before watching this video, make sure if you enjoy the content, you click the like button and hit the bell icon twice. Method number 1, on-duty prostitution. If you are looking to ruin your career as a police officer, one thing that you might not want to do is use an unmarked DEA car to pick up prostitutes while sipping White Claw on patrol. Method number 3, don't text undercover officers your fantasies about what you want to do to prostitutes. Oh, man. Hey, that video would get 1 million views.
At a polygraph association school, then lie to the detectives when they investigate and ask you questions. Oh, he made admissions. But it's like, I wanted to ask him, since he's a polygrapher and was at polygraph school, would you like to take a polygraph with those answers?
Hey, shout out to Jada Informant, man. Jada Informant said that White Claw go hard in the paint. Y'all should try it, man. Listen, I'll tell you what, I might try it, but I'm not gonna be in Florida when I try it, because that's the last thing I need is them Polk County sheriffs. I don't need no run-ins with the laws. You know what I'm saying?
Answers you gave us, how would that work for you? And according to all the information we received, he's got a beautiful wife and a great family. And you just want to go, come on, man. Have you lost the last 3 brain cells? Or do you just have cabbage for brains? Why would you do that? Anyway, he's charged. He's managed, obviously, to create a great deal of angst with his family. His police chief is angry beyond words, which I certainly clearly understand. He's embarrassed the city. He's been a police officer there for a long time. And now he's facing criminal charges in Florida. Are there any questions?
All right, so yeah, we don't need to look at the questions, and those people in the crowd, they microphones never work real well anyway. All right, so now that is hilarious, right? Because that actually sets us up for this next interesting situation that we have here, and this situation here is a situation that took place, I believe, in San Antonio. All right, this took place in San Antonio. And this is from a month ago. All right. Now, when y'all watch this, I want y'all to let me know if y'all ever heard anything about this situation right here. All right. If you guys have heard about this situation right here, and you guys are reading that right, McManus defends San Antonio Police Department's handling of sex on duty allegations against officers. Well, alrighty then.
San Antonio Police Chief William McManus tonight defending his department's handling of sexual misconduct cases involving officers. 2 officers were formally accused earlier this year of meeting for sex while on duty.
But the internal investigation resulted in no discipline for one of them and a 5-day suspension for the other.
Here's my question.
What kind of shit is that?
Okay. That's all.
Not everybody's going to agree with decisions that are made, but that happened to be my decision based on discussions with command staff and what I thought was most appropriate.
KSAT investigates Dylan Collier takes an in-depth look at the case and the explosive allegations beneath the surface.
Last month, San Antonio Police SWAT officer Jonathan Reyes tried his best to avoid our cameras, getting a deputy to escort him from presiding court to another court.
Hey, why would he try to? I don't understand why people do that. Why would you try to avoid the cameras? Because somebody gonna get a picture of you anyway. You may as well just going out there. You guys, if you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. I mean, I guess I get it. I guess kinda, but I mean, at the same time, for real, somebody just gonna get a picture of you anyway. You're not gonna be able to hide in this internet age. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the bot enforcers. We got Miss Nisi, Carla, Brooklyn Queen. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate it.
Signed to oversee his divorce case. The hearing took place days after the release of SAPD records showing Reyes had recently served a 5-day suspension for neglect of duty. Internal Affairs and
man, what's up with these police officers, man? Where do they find these police officers that don't do nothing? Like, where do they find these people at, man? They don't do nothing except for, you know what I'm saying? These ones up here getting it in. Y'all remember Officer Megan Hall? You know what I mean? I don't blame you, Bunker. I don't blame you.
For the release of SAPD records showing Reyes had recently served a 5-day suspension for neglect of duty. Internal Affairs investigators used a hotel invoice and a forensic audit of Reyes's work phone to show that in August of last year, instead of being at his assigned post at Academic Court, he was more than 8 miles away at the Southeast Side Embassy Suites. Reyes was away from his assigned duty station for nearly 3 hours. Internal city records obtained by KSAT show that IA looked into Reyes's whereabouts on at least 9 days between that August and February of this year. Reyes, during that same time period, paid for hotel rooms in San Antonio.
Hey, that's facts. That's big facts, Torian. Yo, Torian said they find them at the same place they found Charlie Kirk, the land of nothingness. Facts. If you guys agree with Torian, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. That's the facts, though. That's for real where they find these clowns at.
7 times, according to records obtained by KSAT from his contested divorce. Those same records confirm Reyes was in an extramarital affair with Officer Tammy Ayala, SAPD.
Man, look at it, man. Man, they getting it. They getting down. They getting down. They getting down. Homeboy had a wife at home, too. Piping the police woman. Man, he threw it out the window.
Between that August and February of this year, Reyes, during that same time period, paid for hotel rooms in San Antonio 7 times, according to records obtained by KSAT from his contested divorce. Those same records confirm Reyes was in an extramarital affair.
Hey, just think all this right here, this news report right here. This right here is what Fannie Willis has coming. This is what she got coming. How they talking about these people right here? They finna be talking about Fannie Willis like that real soon. Man, that dirty laundry is going to have clothespins on it, and it's going to be just blowing in the wind. You go outside, it's going to be blowing in the wind. Every time you walk outside, it's going to smell like not detergent because it's dirty laundry, but you know what I'm saying? Probably the hotel room that they were spending all the taxpayer money on. Ugh. You know what I'm saying?
With Officer Tammy Ayala, SAPD's physical fitness coordinator. The
Oh,
affair,
man.
according to the records, carried out while Reyes.
Man, he he got with the physical fitness coordinator. That wasn't no accident.
As his wife was in the last weeks of her pregnancy and for several more months after the birth of his daughter. Reyes' wife appeared to discover the affair in late February, accusing him of bringing another woman into their world. Reyes at first denied the fling before admitting to it a day later. Quote, "I'm sorry, I'm expletive everything up."
Yeah, including the other girl, the other woman. Yeah, buddy.
Reyes writing in late February, quote, "I seriously have a problem." SAPD Chief William McManus confirmed both officers were.
Hey, is he telling the truth? Do he got a problem? Man, he ain't got no problem. Bro, you ain't got no problem. Stop. Y'all know it. If somebody tells somebody trying to use an excuse like that, I got a problem, that actually means that they like what they stumbled into. That I got a problem basically means I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing anytime soon. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. When he said he's talking about a problem, that's what he's talking about. He talking about the problem is that I'm liking my extracurricular activity a little bit too much. That's what I have a problem means.
Reported to IA for possible sexual misconduct violations. He declined to name Ayala because she was not disciplined.
There was no evidence that we could find that indicated that there was any kind of sexual activity on duty.
What do you think they were doing at those hotels?
I couldn't tell you.
There's more. Family and Medical Leave Act paperwork shows Reyes took a month of paternity leave beginning January 2nd, but 2 weeks into the leave, traveled to Las Vegas without his wife and daughter.
Oh. These haters on my body, shake them off. Ooh.
For a sports shooting and hunting show. Sources tell KSAT Ayala was also there. Reyes appears to have taken steps to conceal the trip. After sharing the contact information for his police union benefits coordinator via text January 16th, he told his wife, quote, "Don't tell her I'm in Vegas." In a Christmas card from Reyes to Ayala shared with the wife after the affair was discovered.
Hey, man, the news is so petty, man. Why they put all this extra editing onto these trifling text messages, man? Oh, man, the news so petty, man. They so petty with it.
Reyes listed the then upcoming trip to Vegas as one of her gifts. Days later, Reyes' wife brought up the Vegas trip.
Yeah.
Quote,
Yeah, that Vegas trip, that's what you call it. Shout out to Carlton. Carl just said a 2-week smash session in Vegas. That's what you call a slaycation. That's not a vacation. That's a slaycation. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? He went on a 2-week slaycation and got caught.
What father does that to his innocent newborn baby? What husband does that to a woman who just bore his child? Ayala, in her own divorce proceedings this summer, admitted to committing adultery with Reyes during her marriage. Joe Holscher is the attorney for Reyes' wife.
It appears very clear that he may have been on duty while part of the affair was occurring.
Holscher said Reyes' actions.
Man, my man was on booty while on duty, and just crime was going on, and safety precautions weren't being kept. Messing around with the gym teacher at the academy.
Raised ethical concerns about the SWAT officer's credibility to testify during criminal trials.
You have somebody who's supposed to be a witness in court that can be trustworthy to support allegations against a private citizen. It's important that they're not lying about their private lives. This is particularly problematic in this case because a significant portion of the affair occurred while the husband was allegedly at training with the mistress.
Oh yeah, they was training. Yeah, that's actually what was happening. That's pretty slick there. That was actually what was happening. I bet you they was burning calories and everything else, stretching. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that everything that he told his wife was true in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's crazy, man. These people are out here living wild lives, man. Shout out to my man Steve. I'll holla. Mac, what's good with it, bro?
Holscher claims evidence demonstrated the hotel stays were during work hours, which suggests the affair may have taken place while Reyes was on duty. KSAT is not aware of any evidence confirming who was in those rooms or what took place, and Reyes denies that he engaged in the affair while on duty. Holscher added the internal affairs investigation was hampered by a short window to investigate and, quote, good lawyering from Reyes' legal counsel. IA has no subpoena power, meaning some evidence, including footage from the hotels, was likely recorded over by the time the unit dug into the facts of the case.
Officer Reyes, we talked to you for a couple minutes.
Reyes offered no comment to KSAT as he left the contentious divorce hearing last month.
Did you engage in an affair while on duty for the San Antonio Police Department?
Hey, you gotta be wild to be a reporter and go up to somebody and ask them that and like expect them to answer or say anything, man. Shout out to Antithesis. What's good? Could you imagine having that as your job? Yeah. So was you fucking a gym teacher or nah? Your answer right in here in the mic. Man, you gotta have some special type of insurance to be able to be on that job, man. Because one of these days, man, it's not gonna go well for one of these journalists. Somebody gonna ask somebody that's a loose cannon the wrong question, and they're gonna flip all the way out. What'd you say? You know what I'm saying?
Earlier this year, San Antonio Express News investigative reporter Emily Eaton got a hold of internal SAPD records showing McManus rejected a recommendation to discipline his own driver, Officer Robert Gonzalez Jr., after he admitted to a sexual encounter while in uniform with a woman while parked outside police headquarters in May 2021.
Man, listen, man, when it comes to the police department, man, the police is some different kind of freaks. They're violent and freaky. There's always excessive, what do you call it? Excessive sleaze going on at a police department, or there's excessive violence. You guys notice that? If you guys notice that there's excessive violence or excessive sleaze going on at police departments, damn near like all the damn time, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, give me a thumbs down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man JW. I appreciate you, bro.
Gonzalez was transferred out of the chief's office after the incident, according to the paper. McManus told us state law prevents him from discussing the Gonzalez case since no formal discipline action was taken against the officer. In the fall of 2018, KSAT Investigates revealed an SAPD captain was allowed to retire in lieu of being disciplined after an internal affairs investigator determined he repeatedly had sex.
Man, how many of y'all have watched all of the videos and live streams that I have in the All Lives Matter terrorism playlist on the LAWZ podcast and in the police playlist on this channel? If you guys haven't watched all of those, please make sure y'all take some time and watch all those videos, because I'm telling you, you don't have enough time in the day to keep track of all this craziness that these people be doing, man, as far as the police go, law enforcement. Y'all remember when we talked about Officer Megan Hall down there in what was that, in Tennessee? Excessive raunchiness and excessive violence all the time. Is either a bunch of fluids being exchanged or somebody end up dead for no reason. You see what they did to Tyree Nichols, and then, you know what I'm saying, a little bit before that, they was all doing Megan Hall because she's a very freaky girl. Didn't nobody except for that simp of a husband that she had take her back home today, mama, just the husband, who was a park ranger, by the way. And then he said he wanted to make it work. We got to go back to Megan Hall for a minute. Shout out to all the fellas in the chat. How many of y'all would take Officer Megan Hall back? If that was your wife and you found out that she was at the police department literally taking everybody's nightstick in her front pocket, how many of y'all would take her back? Oh, we're going to fix this. We're going to make this better. If you guys would fix it and make it better, give me a thumbs up. If you guys wouldn't fix it or not make it better, give me a thumbs down. I would immediately go get a blood test and make sure that everything, you know what I'm saying, that I'm okay. Because after finding out that the person that I, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be my special person or whatever is a human fluid deposit, I need to make sure that I'm okay. I need to make sure I'm okay. Shout out to Yoshi Mori. What's good with it? You know what I'm saying?
On duty while on city property with a female subordinate. Taped phone calls obtained by KSAT included audio of the then commander of internal affairs telling the investigator SAPD administration didn't want the incident to get out to the public. McManus claims from officers that he goes light or takes steps to protect the department's image when hearing sex misconduct cases are inaccurate.
That's not the case.
And as for Reyes,
the divorce and the personal issues that Officer Reyes was involved in is an entirely separate issue. But unfortunately, that issue clouds what the allegation was. People will make judgment not only on the allegation but make a connection to the off-duty incident that was taking place.
Now, let me ask you guys this question: Do you guys think that this police chief is trying to cover for and being on code with this officer who's under scrutiny here? If you guys think that that's going on, give me a thumbs up. If it's not, give me a thumbs down.
Anything at all you want to say to your fellow officers?
For KSAT Investigates.
Have you upheld the badge well?
I'm Dylan Collier.
Now, the divorce
Let's see what else they're talking about.
trial itself took place earlier this month and was held in front of a private judge at the law offices of Reyes' attorney. Media was not allowed there inside since it was held away from the courthouse. Ayala was called on day one as a witness. The judge has granted a divorce in the case and is expected to release her final order in the coming days.
Keep up to date.
Oh man, that's crazy, man. That's wild. That is wild. So, how many people heard about this police officer in Colorado who fired into a crowd and injured bystanders? If you guys heard about that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't hear about that, give me a thumbs down. We're going to take a look at it real quick. See that? Denver police officer who fired into a Lodo crowd, injuring bystanders, pleads guilty. Why are you shooting into a crowd of bystanders? Here he is right here. His name is Officer Ramos. All right. Lodo shooting victims, Willett Small. So it looked like there were some black victims here. Bailey Alexander, Yekalo Weldheat talk with the press after the police officer who shot them pleaded guilty to third-degree assault. District Judge Nakia Bland ordered Brand Ramos to serve 18 months of supervised probation. They only gave him 18 months of supervised probation, y'all, for shooting these people. He only got 18 months of supervised probation. Along with the sentence, he can no longer be a police officer. So this is the guy, Yekalo Weldheat. That's him right there. He was shot outside a Lodo bar. All right, so that's it. All right, so let's see. The Denver police officer who faced 14 criminal charges in connection with the July 2022 shooting in Lower Downtown, which injured 6 bystanders, took a plea deal on Tuesday. Look at this. Prosecutors dropped all 14 of the original charges in exchange for Brandon Ramos' guilty plea to a third-degree assault charge. Yo, that's wild. What do you think that the people that got, oh man, what do you guys think that the people that got shot feel about that? You think the people that got shot and their families are happy about that? And how do y'all feel about the police getting plea deals? Y'all, if you guys think that the police should get plea deals, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that they should, give me a thumbs down. No one, including myself, thought he was intending to hurt someone, said Assistant Denver District Attorney Zach McCabe. So now you got the assistant attorney that's already on his side. It don't matter if he was trying to shoot somebody or not. What matters is if he was using proper procedure, and what he was doing was being reckless because of negligence. And if he was being reckless because of negligence and committed a crime as a result of that recklessness and negligence, that's just what it is. You committed that crime. So you got to get tried for it. The prosecution, clearly, if they thought that and they're verbalizing that, they were compromised. You know what I'm saying? And there's a conflict of interest there. They should have put somebody else on there to prosecute it. That is probably one of the reasons that why he ended up getting that plea deal. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. McCabe stressed the 6 shooting victims faced life-changing injuries. terms of the deal call for Ramos, who is 30, to serve 18 months of unsupervised probation. This is the same nonsense that they did with the people that deleted Elijah McClain in Colorado. This nonsense of 18 months supervised probation. I think the people that deleted Elijah McClain, it was one of them, he only got 14 months. And then the same right here, Denver Gazette turned around and ran an article about Elijah McClain's dad. He got pulled over on a DUI or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just these people, they just clowns. The guilty plea also means he can never be a police officer in Colorado again, McCabe said. So what's he going to do? He going to go down there with Ace Veto and probably become a police officer down there, because the restrictions here is only that he can't be a police officer in Colorado. And we all know that when it comes to the police and people becoming police officers, we already have done the research and we've already seen that these people do not do any type of background checks, and that's a huge issue. So now here it says it's a career which Ramos attorney Laura Marks Baker said he had dreamed of since he was a boy. All right. So now, yo, check this out. We got a troll in here trying to, and I don't believe that this is Ricky Manner's actual account. If one of the mods can verify, and if it's not Ricky Manner's account, we got to ask, why you using another YouTuber's account? That's kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to continue to have this troll in the comment section, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, put the lock emoji in the chat and we'll make him pay the troll if he wants to do it so much. Should we make him pay the troll? If you guys think that we should make him pay the troll, put that lock emoji in the chat. If not, we'll keep it moving. If I see like 10 lock emojis, pay the troll mode is getting turned on. You know what I'm saying? Your TV getting turned off and pay the troll mode is getting turned on. We got 2 already. We got 3. It's not looking good for you. And stop. Don't take other people's account names, bro. That's just, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand when I see people do that. I don't understand why they do that. Yeah, the moderators can verify the accounts. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, look, shout out to my man, Ali81. Scun it. What's good with it? All right. Pay to troll mode will be activated shortly. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, also, if you guys haven't smashed that like button, make sure you guys take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys have not hit that bell, please take a moment, make sure you guys hit that bell, share the stream to your social media, and make sure that you are subscribed to all of the backup channels. All right. Pay to troll mode activated, written in. See that? Ain't that easy? Isn't that a beautiful thing? That's a great thing, ain't it? Like, that is a wonderful weapon of mass destruction. Make sure you guys throw some like enforcement emoji in the chat for my man Free Thinker. Enforcing those likes. Definitely appreciate it. Man, that is a great thing, isn't it? It just went from public access to private party. It just went from public access to pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat that. And that takes stress off of the moderators. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. That's efficient, man. That is efficiency right there. That's efficiency at its finest. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, let's get it. Yo, so if you're not a member, remember, all you got to do is just hit @BaseReality2 on Twitter. I'll be able to pull your comments up from there. Or you can go to Twitch if you got Twitch. You can also watch on Facebook. I'm kind of weary on pulling people's comments up on Facebook because I know there's a lot of people that, you know, don't want the first and last name, you know what I'm saying, which is cool, you know what I'm saying. Or you could watch on Rumble or Kick, but I can't pull comments up from either of those. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Cedric Peoples, musical police chairs. Facts. What they got going on. Throw some like enforcement emoji in the chat for DeAndre, enforcing those likes. That's what I'm talking about. That like enforcer, man. Don't nobody want that like enforcer showing up in their comment section talking about, did you hit the like button yet? With that big knife? Like, man, nah, bro. Yeah, we hit it real quick right now. So now here it says it's a career which Ramos attorney Laura Marks Baker said he had dreamed of since he was a boy. Look at this, man. His victims. Oh, okay. His victims said they did not feel sorry for him. Good. I was about to say, look at this, man. His victims said they feel sorry for him. His victims said they ain't care. Good. Shout out to the victims. Embracing villainy. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we don't feel sorry for you, clown. You shot us. The hell? The police shot me and 5 other innocent bystanders. The police, how is that possible? Said Bailey Alexander during her victim impact statement. The 25-year-old was shot through her back and out of her arm on July 17th of 2022. No one else pulled the trigger. It was Mr. Ramos who pulled the trigger, Alexander said. Ramos, dressed in a light gray suit, pleaded guilty to the single charge and held on tight to the podium as Denver District Court Judge Nika Bland asked him if he understood the terms of the decision. He responded, yes, ma'am. So now I'm not trying to be funny, but he should be really happy that he don't have to do jail time. If you guys agree that he should be grateful that he doesn't have to do jail time, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't agree and you guys think that he should be outraged and upset by this, then give me a thumbs down. If you ask me, homeboy is lucky. Homeboy is lucky. Because if this was a real world with actual justice, he would for sure be doing jail time. Later on, he declined to make any statements in defense of his actions. That's not usual for defendants who plea or are found guilty, considering he's facing civil lawsuits and any apology could be seen as admitting culpability. Bland accepted the plea. Ramos had been due for a February 20th trial on charges of 2 counts of reckless and second-degree assault, 3 counts of third-degree knowing or reckless assault, 3 counts of third-degree assault with negligence using a deadly weapon, 1 count of prohibited use of a weapon, and 5 counts of reckless endangerment. The shooting happened in the early morning hours of July 17th of 2022 when police officers responded to a fight as people left downtown bars for the night and some gathered around a food truck. According to the indictment, officers attempted to talk to Jordan Wadey after the confrontation outside of the Larmere Beer Hall. Wadey pulled out a gun, prompting 3 officers to fire, although the police said in the immediate aftermath that he, quote-unquote, posed a significant threat. Body-worn camera footage appeared to show Wadey throwing his gun away. Several shots hit Wadey and injured 6 other bystanders. So now, do you guys notice how it seems like every single time the police are involved in any type of incident, their immediate go-to is that something somewhere posed a significant threat? Now, what that shows me and what that tells me is that they clearly get trained to say that. They clearly get trained to say that. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Several victims of the shooting were in the courtroom to watch the proceedings, as were at least 4 full rows of people in support of Ramos, including his family, friends, and a few Denver police officers. His mother left the hearing in tears and said that she did not want to make a comment on her son's decision to plead guilty. Former state Senator Polly Baca, who has known Ramos for years and publicly supported him since the shooting, said Tuesday the plea was a miscarriage of justice. How so? Let me ask you guys this question. How is this a miscarriage of justice? If anything was a miscarriage of justice, it was a miscarriage of justice that he's not doing jail time. He shot innocent people. You know what I'm saying? He shot innocent people. If anything, that was a miscarriage of justice. Right? So now here it says he was just doing his job. Baca said from the courthouse. He's a good man. He wants to get his life back. His job is not to shoot innocent bystanders. If he was doing his job, then the innocent bystanders wouldn't have gotten harmed. I thought his job was to protect and serve, not to harm and leave unguarded. Maybe I'm the one with the issue. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says in a statement, Denver District Attorney Beth McCann called the case incredibly difficult and brought the initial responsibility back around to Wadey. Again, Wadey is a criminal. The police responsibility is to sequester criminals while protecting the public. Of course, none of this would have happened had Jordan Wadey not been carrying an illegal weapon, and for that reason, I'm pleased that Mr. Wadey has pleaded guilty to a felony charge and will be held accountable for his role in the events of the night. So, what kind of accountability should Ramos face? Like they're literally attempting to try to responsibility. Yeah, I gotta agree with Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker says a just society would hold those who are entrusted with the enforcement of laws to a higher standard. Facts. How hard is this for a legislator to comprehend this? Facts. If you guys agree with Black Free Thinker, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. I agree with that 100%. That's facts. Wadey, who is now 23, pleaded guilty earlier this month to a single count of conspiracy to commit possession of a weapon, by a previous offender, which was an added count. 4 other counts against him were dismissed as a result of the deal. Wadey faces 15 to 36 months behind bars, which would run concurrent to any sentence he receives related to a separate pending case in Arapahoe County. He's set for sentencing on January 30th at 9 a.m. The criminal case alleged Ramos did not have a clear line of fire behind Wadey and that he fired despite knowing that there was a large crowd of people there. Wadey did not turn to face him with the gun, and Ramos was not in immediate danger, according to the investigation. Denver police officials said Tuesday that there's an ongoing internal investigation and that Ramos remains on unpaid leave. Denver police officers show up every day courageously, navigating dynamic, often dangerous situations, including making contact with armed individuals, according to a statement. Following this indictment in lower downtown, the Denver Police Department has updated and enhanced officer training for such encounters to help ensure that our members can take the best and safest possible actions in these split-second situations. Okay. A group of bystanders injured have also filed a civil lawsuit against Ramos, alleging that he recklessly fired down the sidewalk, claiming the 2 shots he fired were alone responsible for the injuries. Their attorney, Quazir Mohammed Bahabi, said the civil lawsuit is in its early stages and that they will likely sue Ramos personally as well as the Denver Police Department. A grand jury indicted Ramos in January of 2023 on the charges. Ramos has been free on personal recognizance bond. Now, let me ask you guys this question. If Ramos was not a police officer, do you think that this would have went down like this? Or would he have gotten a more harsh sentence and more harsh scrutiny? And again, another situation is with this, why didn't they talk about this on the mainstream media, in the mainstream news? What do you guys think? They should have definitely talked about this in the mainstream media and in the mainstream news, but not a word, not a peep. Ramos' defense attorney Baker declined to comment on Friday. The 2 officers who were fired other than Ramos were not charged. The investigation found that their decision to shoot Wadey was legally justified as there was a brick wall behind him. Shooting victims who attended the hearing gathered outside of the courtroom when the hearing was over and talked with the press about the latest effects of the shooting a year and a half after it happened. Yakalo Weldewet, who was shot in the right arm, said that seeing police on the street throws me into a panic. Willie Smalls, who was shot in the foot, described Ramos' plea deal as not the heaviest sentence, but this is one small step towards a safer society. Oh, man, he sit up there, you know what I'm saying? He should have been like, man, I'm outraged. They need to throw him in jail. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. You know what else is crazy? Your girl, Lauren Boebert. Your girl, Lauren Boebert, is crazy. I know y'all know that already, but I just got to say it again. And just so y'all know, I was actually going to do a separate live stream on this, but I'm throwing this in here, and I'm gonna put this up as a clip on this channel. All right, so make sure y'all check it out when I put it up. I might actually put it up tonight. And shout out to John Hall for subscribing to the channel. Make sure you guys throw some radiation emoji in the chat for John Hall for subscribing to the channel. Let me ask y'all this question. Have we gotten any good press about Lauren Boebert at all? Has she done anything good? Why every time she in the headlines is always something crazy? Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker said, nah, she just dumb as hell. Facts. It would seem like. If y'all agree with Black Free Thinker, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. That's what it seemed like. Now, what I'm gonna try to do is when this live stream is over and I do the after stream stuff for this, I'm gonna try to put the cards of the previous videos that I've done talking about Lauren Boebert right here, so that if y'all want to go and look at the trifling, sleazy history, you can do it in one click of a button. You know what I'm saying? Lauren Boebert's ex-husband charged after 2 domestic incidents. Representative Lauren Boebert's ex-husband, Jason Boebert, has been charged with assault and other counts in connection with 2 domestic altercations, including an argument with the congresswoman in a restaurant that spiraled out of control and a fight with the former couple's son, authorities said. Altercations have drawn further attention to Lauren Boebert, a far-right politician with a combative political style. It sounds like her husband is combative too. Now, you know who didn't mention anything about this? Take a wild guess. I want y'all to list all the people that didn't say nothing about this. Give me a line. Give me the scoop of everybody who didn't talk about this. You know what I'm saying? If you happen to be watching the stream on Twitter, shout out to Twitter. Make sure you guys retweet this, and in your retweet, you tag all the people that didn't say nothing about this. You know what I'm saying? After the argument at the restaurant on January 6th, ironically, Jason Boebert was uncooperative with police and had to be forcefully removed from the business. Now, did he get removed without any bullets? No gunshots? He had to be forcefully removed from whatever establishment that they was at. According to an arrest affidavit that led to the charges of disorderly conduct, third-degree criminal trespass, and obstructing a peace officer, according to court documents. The second incident on January 9th involved a physical fight with the couple's 18-year-old son, during which Jason Boebert grabbed a rifle after the teen called authorities, according to a separate arrest affidavit. Yo, that's serious, man. Yo, check this out, man. And they always be flashing those guns. The way they be flashing them guns on Twitter and all that with the family, and the father is up here grabbing a rifle when he having an altercation with the son. That's not the business. That's not the business at all. That led to charges of harassment, prohibited use of a weapon, and third-degree assault, court documents show. Lauren Boebert was not present during the fight. She'd probably getting her freak on for real, for real. Jason Boebert did not respond to calls and text messages seeking comment on Friday. He's scheduled for a court hearing next Monday. Congresswoman Boebert is facing her own difficulties, including allegations during the first Republican primary debate Thursday night that she is carpetbagging. What about teabagging? Probably doing that too. By switching to Colorado's 4th congressional district from the 3rd district, where she lived and raised her family in the town of Slit. Interesting. Interesting name. Or wait a minute, is it Sit? Silt. Silt. I said Slit. It's Silt. Oh, man. Boebert argues that her candidacy in the old district threatened Republican control of the seat. She defeated the Democratic opponent, Adam Frisch, by only 546 votes in 2022. If Boebert had stayed in the 3rd district, she was expected to have a rematch in November with Frisch, who had already far out fundraised her. All right, so there's that. People wilding out here, man. What's up with them? What's up with them? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Well, these people acting like this. Oh, man. They out here tripping, man. Let me ask you guys a question. How many people are familiar with Anthony Fox? Anybody familiar with a law enforcement officer named Anthony Fox? If you're familiar with this individual, give me a thumbs up. If you're not familiar with this individual, give me a thumbs down. We're going to talk about this dude real quick. Mississippi Court of Appeals overturns ex-Jackson police officer's conviction in a 2019 death. Now, they've been doing a lot of that, overturning a lot of these convictions when it comes to police officers deleting people. Have you guys noticed that? That's been going on quite frequently. The sentence will stick for a little bit and then just spontaneously out of the clear blue sky, it'll get overturned. Why do you guys think that is? Mississippi Court of Appeals overturns ex-Jackson police officer's conviction in 2019 death. And again, you see they stole this article here from the Associated Press. So again, none of this is original journalism. This is just all copy and paste. The Mississippi Court of Appeals on Tuesday overturned the conviction of a former Jackson police detective in the 2019 death of a man who was pulled from a vehicle while officers were searching for a pastor's killer. In acquitting Anthony Fox of culpable negligence manslaughter, a majority of appeals court wrote that the prosecutors failed to prove Fox acted in a grossly negligent manner, or that the death of 62-year-old George Robinson was reasonably foreseeable under the circumstances. Okay. In August of 2022, a Hinds County jury convicted Fox, and a circuit judge, Adrian Wooten, sentenced him to 5 years in prison, a 20-year sentence with 15 suspended. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Do you really see sentences like this for white police officers when they delete somebody? I think Derek Chauvin might have been like one of the first, because Kimberly Potter didn't get nothing like that for deleting Durante Wright. But I might be wrong. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. An indictment accused Fox of pulling Robinson from a car on January 13th of 2019 and striking him in the head and chest as police were searching for a juvenile who was a suspect in the deletion of a pastor. Robinson died in the hospital 2 days later. Okay. An autopsy report listed Robinson's death as a homicide caused by at least 3 blunt injuries to the head, according to court records. A medical examiner, Dr. Mark Levon, testified that an autopsy conducted by another physician showed abrasions on Robinson's face, but no evidence of traumatic injury to the chest, according to court records. So this is the individual that got deleted. Yeah, I saw the premiere window for that up, Alonda. I'm gonna check it out for sure. All right, so this is the dude that got taken out by the police. Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Fitch filed papers last year asking the appeal court to overturn Fox's conviction. So you guys see who it was that tried to get the conviction overturned? The Attorney General. The very people who are supposed to be prosecuting this individual are the ones trying to petition for him to get off. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Why do you guys think that that is? Why do you guys think that that is? That's weird, isn't it? She argued that prosecutors failed to prove the core element of culpable negligence manslaughter, which is wanton disregard of or utter indifference to the safety of human life. Robinson received a small superficial abrasion on his forehead, but had no other visible injuries from the struggle with officers, Fitch wrote. The Hinds County District Attorney Office said it could find no other case in which the Attorney General, who represents the state in criminal appeals, argued to reverse a conviction. In a dissenting opinion on Tuesday, appeals court judge John Emfinger wrote it was clear that Fox and another officer forcibly removed Robinson from the vehicle and that Robinson's head hit the asphalt roadway as officers were restricting his hands. So now here's the question that we got to ask. On what basis did they see that there was a need to overturn this? What do y'all think? On what basis did they see to overturn this? You know what I'm saying? Based on the evidence presented and jury instructions given, I find the evidence was legally sufficient for 12 reasonable, fair-minded jurors in the exercise of impartial judgment to find Fox guilty of culpable negligence manslaughter, Emfinger wrote. And that's it. So this guy right here, Anthony Fox, who definitely looks like he should be on a LAWZ thumbnail, deleted this guy who wasn't even involved in the crime that they were attempting to solve. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And the thing that's ridiculous about this type of situation is that you see this happening more and more, and for whatever reason, it's almost like they give these cops a sentence, and then what they do is they'll sit back and they'll wait. And it's like they try to wait for this to fall out of the headlines, or they'll try to wait for it to not be so popular, people not paying attention. And then they'll go back on the sentencing. Like they've done this so many times with so many different things. That's one of the reasons why, if you ask me, it's extremely important for people to pay attention to this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't smashed the like button, take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit that bell, please take a moment, hit the bell, and share the stream to your social media. All right. We got one last thing to look at. Your boy, hip hop mayor, Eric Adams. Eric, what are you up to, Eric? Eric's up to some nonsense. He's acting like a derelict. He's doing dereliction of duty. New York Police Department officers will have to record race of people they question under new police transparency law. So you guys remember when we were talking about those things that Eric Adams wanted to do? Oh, not another thing that happened. Did you guys hear about this? New York City Council member Yusef Salam, who is a member of the exonerated group of men known as the Central Park Five, said that he was stopped and pulled over by police without being given an explanation. Apparently, there's some type of scandal behind that. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but from what I understand, they didn't. There was some type of weirdness that went on with that. I don't want to say anything about that situation because I'm not too sure about it because I haven't looked into it. But I can if you guys want me to look into it. So just let me know in the comment section if you guys do or don't. All right. New York City police officers will be required to report the apparent race, gender, and ages of most people they stop for questioning under a law passed Tuesday by the city council, which overrode a veto by Mayor Eric Adams. So Mayor Eric Adams didn't want this information recorded. Yeah, he's a city councilman, Black Freethinker. Did you guys know that? Eric Adams did not want this information recorded. The issue was thrust into national spotlight in recent days when New York Police Department officers pulled over a Black council member without giving him a reason. The law gives police reform advocates a major win in requiring the nation's police department and its 36,000 officers to document all investigative encounters in a city that once had officers routinely stop and frisk huge numbers of men for weapons. A strategy that took a heavy toll, quote unquote, on communities of color. What are communities of color? Yeah, I gotta agree. Big facts, Lloyd Scott 9. Facts. If you guys agree with Lloyd Scott 9, give me a thumbs up. Lloyd Scott 9 says, wow, Eric is a clown. These Black politicians are pathetic. Bro, facts. Super facts. Since 2001, New York Police Department officers have been required to document instances in which they have asked someone, quote unquote, accusatory questions as part of an investigation or detain or search someone or arrest them. But the new law requires officers to document basic information in low-level encounters where police ask for information from people who aren't necessarily suspected of a crime. Officers also will have to report the circumstances that led to stopping a particular person. The data would be made public on the police department's website. City council member Kevin Riley, a Bronx Democrat who is Black, was among the city council members who conveyed how many New Yorkers of color, quote unquote, dread interacting with police on the street. He voted in favor for a measure. I don't think that any New Yorkers of color other than the color Black dread the police. Why would the Asian people and the Latinos fear the police when they're part of it and they don't get the same treatment as Black people? I don't understand that. Why are we acting like all communities, quote unquote, communities of color get treated the same? There's really no such thing as communities of color because the other communities of color get treated as if they're white people. So I don't know why people run with that. What do you guys think? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. City council member Kevin Riley, a Bronx Democrat who is Black, was among the city council members who conveyed how many New Yorkers of color, quote unquote, dread interacting with police on the street as he voted in favor for the measure. When we see those red and blue lights, our hearts drop into our stomachs. He said, well, I mean, that might be what happens with him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Boy from Outcast. My heart don't pump no Kool-Aid. Pumping you get too sprayed. That's how I feel. My heart don't pump no Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? But okay, you know. New York City public advocate Jumaine Williams, who sponsored the bill, said that reporting the encounters would be done in less than a minute on an officer's smartphone through a system already in place. This is not about preventing police work, Williams said. This is police work. The mayor, look at this, a Democrat and former police captain on Tuesday argued that in police work, minutes and seconds could be the difference between life and death. And getting these, never mind. But there you go. I'm not even going to say anything. But you guys see who's advocating for this, right? Eric Adams. So now, not only bringing it all together, right? Not only have Joe Biden's failures made it to where there's no justifiable reason to vote for Democrats, things that other Democrats are doing are also backing up questioning why somebody would vote for Democrats. Do you guys agree? These bills will make New Yorkers less safe on the street, while police officers are forced to fill out additional paperwork rather than focus on helping New Yorkers and strengthening community bonds, he said in a statement after the vote, in which the council cleared the bar of 2/3 support needed to override the veto with 42 in favor and 9 against. All right. The department's largest police officers union, in a statement after the vote, warned that the council would have to answer to constituents for quote unquote rising 911 response times and diminished police presence in city neighborhoods. Now, here's the thing, right? Who do the police ever have to answer to anytime they do something stupid or wrong? Who do the police ever have to answer to? Do they ever answer to anybody? Only once in a blue moon. Do they get held accountable? And even when they get held accountable, they have a whole army of people that support the lack of accountability. A whole army of people. There's a ton of people that support the lack of accountability when it comes to the cops. New York City police officers will comply with the new law and do the job the way the city council wants it done, said Patrick Hendry, president of the Police Benevolent Association. Despite the increased workload and the New York Police Department's critically low staffing levels, we will continue to protect our communities to the quote unquote best of our ability. Council Speaker Adrian Adams, a Democrat who is not related to the mayor, said police and other opponents were exaggerating how much of a burden the new requirements would be. The law doesn't require officers to document casual conversations, such as providing directions, which are explicitly exempt under the requirements, she stressed. There should not be resistance to telling people who is being stopped in this city and why, she said. I agree. Now, the thing is that they want to use the police as a surveillance state to keep an eye on all of the citizens, but they want to make it so that the police don't have eyes kept on them. The people who are out here doing all of the surveillance, ironically enough, they don't want to be surveilled. So my question is, why would they not want to be surveilled? If they don't have anything to hide, what's the big deal? Right? If you don't have anything to hide, what's the big deal? What's the problem? You know what I mean? Make it make sense. Republicans, by far the minority on the council, suggested the bill only serve to further, quote unquote, racial divisions in the city. Do you guys agree with that? First of all, I highly doubt that anybody in here will agree with that, because asking a person their race is not racially dividing anybody. If somebody asks you to give a description and they say the white person or the black person, that's not racially dividing. That's simply giving a description. You know what I'm saying? But what this goes to show is the Republicans' allergy to the accountability of everything they're attached to through their attachment to being part of the group of people that created the concept of race and all of the calamity that has come along with it. And that's a burden that they have to bear until they decide to do something proactive to fix it, which they're not going to do because it still continues to provide a benefit. This is simply SBE and shaming language. Please don't make this a racial issue. Please. Council member Vicky Palladino, a Queens Republican who is white, said after a number of her council's peers spoke strongly in favor of the bill, with some even speaking in Spanish, Portuguese, Mandarin, and Haitian Creole. We didn't make this a race thing. This is a race thing, responded Riley as he related his own experience of being detained by the police simply for hunting for a parking spot in Manhattan while fresh out of college. Others noted that this coming Sunday marks the 25th anniversary of when a young unarmed black immigrant named Amadou Diallo was shot dozens of times by New York Police Department officers in the Bronx. Now, when it comes to any of this shaming talk, any of this SBE that these people always come with, let me ask you guys a question. Do they ever SBE anybody who's being racist about making it about race? No, they never do. If somebody's saying the N-word, they never say don't make it about race. They say, well, there's even, you know, that just means a stupid person. And what that, anybody can be that. They don't ever do that. The only time anybody is ever told to not make it about race is when somebody utilizes and weaponizes race against somebody. Usually somebody who's not white. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Carlton Way. That's one of the reasons. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why we talk about the laws and the technology. Carlton said, imagine Neuralink working with police in the surveillance state. Right. Right. They have some type of device in there that'll disrupt your nervous system if the police are want to detain you so you can't move. With those type of invasive abilities and access to your body, who knows what they would be able to do? But we all know what they would be up to. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says in 2013, a federal judge ruled that the NYPD violated the rights of Black and Hispanic residents with its stop and frisk tactic. Since then, the department has reported a large decline in such encounters, though an ACLU report found, quote unquote, people of color were still the targets of the vast majority of stop and frisks. Okay. Tuesday's vote came after Adams and the New York Police Department launched a last-ditch effort to peel off some supporters from the measure by hosting police ride-alongs for council members. But the Friday event was overshadowed that same evening when an officer pulled over council member Yusef Salam, an exonerated member of the Central Park Five, with 4 other quote-unquote Black and Latino men were falsely accused and convicted of graping a white jogger in Central Park in 1989. Their convictions were eventually overturned through DNA evidence. So now did they ever go back and ask that person, well, who was it that actually did this to you? Whatever happened to that victim who was allegedly graped by the Central Park Five? Did they ever find the actual grapist? In the very brief encounter, an officer asked Salam to roll down his windows and identify himself. Salam told the officer he was on the city council and asked why he was pulled over, according to audio of the encounter published by New York Times. So, there's an audio of the encounter. That's interesting. We might talk about this tomorrow. You guys want to talk about this tomorrow? If you guys want to talk about this tomorrow, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't, give me a thumbs down. This might end up being a video. Now that I got a little bit of time on my hands and I can make some videos, this might actually end up being a video. I think this would be better for a video. We're going to do a video on it. In the very brief encounter, an officer asked Salam to roll down his windows and identify himself. Salam told the officer that he was on the city council and asked why he was pulled over, according to the audio encounter published by the New York Times. The officer told Salam, "Oh, okay, have a good one," before walking away. Body camera footage showed. The New York Police Department later released a statement that said Salam was pulled over for driving with dark window tints beyond the legal limit. Though such a stop would not be covered by the transparency law, police already have to record information when they pull a driver over. Salam argued that it showed the need for greater police transparency. The law places a 4-hour limit on isolating inmates who pose an imminent risk of violence to themselves or others in de-escalation units. Only those involved in violent incidents could be placed in longer-term restrictive housing, and they would need to be allowed out of their cells for 14 hours each day and get access to the same programming available to other inmates. In his letter vetoing that bill, Adams argued that the restrictions would put inmates and corrections officers alike at risk. He also cited concerns raised by a federal monitor appointed to evaluate operations at the city jails. All right. And there is a video on BLR1 that talks about that stuff. So if you guys haven't watched it, make sure that you guys take a moment and watch it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the laws are out here busy. And I apologize for all the streams and all the notifications, but I'm trying to make sure that I stay up to date on all of this stuff. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure that you guys hashtag replay gang. All right. Make sure that you watch the stream all the way through to the end. Always, 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 always make sure that you hit that box in the bottom left-hand corner. It'll always be there. Always make sure that you guys hit it. Smash that like button. Hit that bell. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to my other social media. Shout out to the stream sponsors. Make sure y'all throw some ducks, flames, radiation emoji in the chat for them. Phil with the $10 super chat. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate it. Shout out to you for being a member for a month. Shout out to Carla and shout out to Val, each with 17 months of membership support. You know what I'm saying? That's big, man. You know what I'm saying? 17 months, man. That's rocking with your boy for a long time. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Be safe out there, folks. And always protect yourself by doing this.
Came from the clouds. Y'all niggas funny. Yeah. I fuck about $1 million, I keep it a trend, resilient, they energy off. My image is got reaching deep in the pot, I got features of people like LAWZ. Yeah. RIP on me, TT. The melanin on me, my cheekbone is native, the soil is my where I walk. Some even saw me, my nigga, go figure my inner make enemy scoff. Admit it, your energy off. My frequency killer, you soft. I show people love, they act like they above it, but switch when they see me, I'm lost. I tell the truth when I talk. Niggas wanna be me. I used to sleep in the car till my girl went and crashed the same car. Now I got a crib down the street. Young niggas made it so far. I never lose what I'm on. For now I'm cool being me, but I need you to match what I'm on. How you wanna play games when I won? Ay, I play with cash for the fun. Women looking at me, she think I'm needing her on. I'm doing me for me, hun. I never needed no one. I never bleed around sharks. They're saying you are what you eat, but she wanted me to be lunch. God body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. Bitch, I'm Farrakhan, keep the peace, I look out for me. Fuck about what they say, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay. I don't talk too much, but these diamonds talking loud. Ay. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. Ay. Fuck about what they say, what they say, what they say. Yeah, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay. Diamond so vibe, always down to slide. I've been real from the jump start, it's just part of my design. I've been self-made, you know the bills paid, I'm finna spark to subscribe. You want a real one, well I'm the real thing, I'm running rampant through a mind. Ayy, yeah, I never lose what I'm on. I'm always cool with being me, they never match what I'm on. I play with cash for the fun. God body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. I'm Farrakhan, keep the peace, I look out for me. Fuck about what they say, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay. I don't talk too much, but these diamonds talking loud. Ay. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. Ay. Fuck about what they say, what they say, what they. Fuck about what they say, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay. I'm way up, nothing less than, and I'ma stay up. Can't hear them from the clouds. Ay.
God, please save him for me. Protect his peace, no matter what he